In the heart of a bustling city, surrounded by towering skyscrapers that reached towards the heavens, stood a quaint old building with a history as rich as the stories whispered within its walls. This building, known simply as the Haven, had seen decades of life unfold within its confines. It was said that the Haven had a certain magic about it, an enchanting aura that drew people together and weaved destinies in the most unexpected ways. Amelia, a young and talented artist, was drawn to the Haven by a strange and unexplainable pull. She had moved to the city to pursue her dreams of becoming a renowned painter, and the Haven seemed like the perfect place to find inspiration. With her easel, canvases, and brushes in tow, Amelia rented a small studio apartment on the third floor of the building. Unbeknownst to her, another soul was on the verge of fatefully intertwining with her own. Benjamin, a dedicated and brilliant musician, had recently moved to the city as well, seeking solace in the art of composing after a heart-wrenching breakup. He chose the Haven as his refuge, renting a cozy studio on the second floor. Their paths crossed one sunny morning when Amelia stepped into the building's quaint courtyard, her eyes capturing the play of sunlight on the ivy-covered walls. Lost in the world of her imagination, she didn't notice Benjamin strumming his guitar by the fountain until the sweet melodies reached her ears. Mesmerized, she couldn't help but stop and listen, feeling the music resonate within her soul. Benjamin glanced up from his guitar, his gaze locking with Amelia's. The world around them seemed to fade as their eyes met, a silent understanding passing between them. With a shy smile, Amelia approached, her heart pounding in her chest. "Your music is beautiful," she whispered, her voice carrying the weight of the emotions stirred within her. "Thank you," Benjamin replied, a warm smile gracing his lips. "I could say the same about your art. I've seen your paintings through the windows of your studio. They're enchanting." As the days turned into weeks, their chance encounter evolved into something more. They spent hours sharing their dreams, fears, and stories in the building's hidden corners. The Haven had brought them together, its magic working subtly to bridge the gap between their worlds. Amelia's studio was a kaleidoscope of colors, each canvas telling a story of emotions she couldn't put into words. Benjamin's studio, on the other hand, was a symphony of notes that danced in the air, carrying his feelings in a way only music could. Together, their art and music intertwined, creating a unique and harmonious connection that transcended the boundaries of ordinary love. As their bond deepened, so did the challenges they faced. Amelia struggled with self-doubt, her insecurities often casting shadows on her creativity. Benjamin grappled with the fear of losing another person he cared for deeply, fearing that opening his heart would only lead to heartbreak once again. Their journey was not without its conflicts, but it was within the walls of the Haven that they learned to confront their fears and insecurities together. With Amelia's encouragement, Benjamin found the strength to compose melodies that expressed his true feelings, and with Benjamin's support, Amelia painted with a newfound sense of confidence. One particularly stormy night, as rain pelted against the windows of the Haven, Amelia and Benjamin found themselves seeking refuge in each other's arms. With the distant thunder as their backdrop, they shared their vulnerabilities, letting go of their fears and allowing their love to deepen even further. It was a night of raw emotions and heartfelt confessions that solidified their bond. Time flowed like a river, carrying them through seasons of growth, joy, and sorrow. Their love continued to evolve, transcending the realm of ordinary existence. They became each other's muse, finding inspiration in the way their souls intertwined, much like the ivy that clung to the building's walls. One day, as they stood on the rooftop of the Haven, overlooking the city's sprawling skyline, Benjamin took Amelia's hand in his. "Do you believe in destiny?" he asked, his gaze fixed on her eyes. Amelia smiled, her fingers interlocking with his. "I believe in us," she replied. "And I believe that the Haven brought us together for a reason." With a soft sigh, Benjamin nodded. "Then let's make our own destiny," one where our love and art continue to flourish, where we overcome whatever challenges come our way. And so, they embraced their shared destiny, one filled with love, art, and a deep connection that surpassed the bounds of time and space. The enchantment of the haven lingered in their hearts, a reminder of the magic that had ignited their love story. In a city where towering skyscrapers reached for the sky, it was within the walls of a humble building that two souls found a haven for their love to thrive for eternity. Amidst the serene countryside, hidden behind a thicket of overgrown trees and tangled vines, stood a hauntingly empty building known to the locals as Whispering Hollow Manor. Its grandeur had faded with time, and its once imposing architecture now bore the scars of neglect and decay. The manor had a reputation that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to pass by its gates, for it was said to be haunted by restless spirits and plagued by a history of sorrow. The tale of Whispering Hollow Manor began many generations ago, when the estate was a vibrant home to a noble family. The Bennets were respected and admired, known for their generosity and influence in the community. Yet, with all their wealth and standing, darkness found its way into their lives. The family's youngest daughter, Eleanor, was born with a curious sensitivity to the otherworldly. She often spoke of seeing shadowy figures and hearing eerie whispers that seemed to seep from the very walls of the manor. As Eleanor grew older, her peculiar experiences intensified. She confided in her older brother, William, who was both intrigued and concerned. He believed in Eleanor's ability to perceive the supernatural, and he encouraged her to explore her gifts. The siblings would spend hours in the library, poring over ancient tomes and manuscripts that spoke of the ethereal realm. William hoped that by understanding these forces, they could protect their family from any malevolent entities that might linger. One fateful evening, as a storm raged outside, Eleanor and William delved into a particularly cryptic text they had discovered hidden among the dusty shelves. The text spoke of a forbidden ritual that claimed to grant the living the power to communicate with the dead. Driven by a mixture of curiosity and desperation, the siblings decided to attempt the ritual in hopes of finding answers to the mysteries that plagued their lives. Under the cover of darkness, within the depths of the manor's forgotten chamber, they followed the instructions carefully. The air grew thick with an eerie energy as they chanted the ancient incantation. Suddenly, a portal seemed to open before them, and a shadowy figure emerged from the depths of the ethereal veil. It was a tortured soul, its features twisted in pain and anguish. Eleanor and William were filled with dread as they realized that the ritual had not summoned a benevolent spirit, but a vengeful entity. The spirit's wailing voice echoed through the chamber, and its presence sent tremors of fear through their hearts. The siblings attempted to close the portal, but their efforts were in vain. The entity had crossed into the world of the living, and its malevolent energy permeated the manor. As days turned into weeks, the manor became a place of darkness and despair. Shadows danced along the walls, and eerie whispers echoed through the hallways. The Bennet family was consumed by fear and sorrow, and one by one, they fell victim to the sinister forces that had been unleashed. Eleanor's sensitivity to the otherworldly had unwittingly become a curse, and the vengeful entity fed on her fear and despair, growing stronger with each passing day. In a desperate attempt to save his family, William sought the help of a reclusive and enigmatic figure known as the Watcher. The Watcher was said to possess knowledge of ancient rituals and incantations that could banish even the most malevolent spirits. With the last shreds of hope, William implored the Watcher to come to Whispering Hollow Manor and put an end to the nightmare that had consumed his family. The Watcher arrived in the dead of night, his eyes reflecting a wisdom that came from centuries of dealing with the supernatural. He confronted the vengeful entity with a powerful incantation, his voice resonating with an authority that seemed to command the very fabric of reality. The chamber trembled as the entity fought back, its malevolent energy clashing with the Watcher's ancient magic. After a fierce struggle, the Watcher succeeded in banishing the entity back to the ethereal realm from which it had emerged. The manor fell silent once again, its walls no longer echoing with tormenting whispers. The Bennet family had been saved, but at a great cost. Eleanor's gift had been drained, her connection to the supernatural severed in the process. Years passed, and the manor's halls remained empty and devoid of life. It became a place of legend, whispered about by those who feared its haunted history. The Watcher, having fulfilled his duty, faded into obscurity once more, leaving behind only the memories of his intervention. Today, Whispering Hollow Manor stands as a testament to the darkness that can consume even the noblest of families. Its empty halls hold the echoes of a past marred by tragedy, a reminder of the consequences of meddling with forces beyond the grasp of mortals. The manor's windows are shrouded in darkness, its grandeur now a mere echo of its former self. And although time has faded the terror of its history, the stories of its haunted legacy continue to linger, carried on by the whispers of those who dare to remember.